Hi, this is Chuck Ostgaard, Sally's husband. I just came up with some pictures that I wanted to share with you of a few different parts of her life. Enjoy. Any excuse to dress up in a costume and she was all set. Sally and animals. I had to put the snake pictures just because it usually freaks people out that don't realize that she really didn't have a lot of fear when it came to animals. And also dogs. Every dog seemed to know that she loved them. You could take her out in the Sierras and she would find the one perfect big flat rock where her and the dog can lay in the sun. They'd be happy as could be. I was kind of glad we found out that we couldn't bring back from Canada one of the sled dog pups that she fell in love with. And then you also see Maggie and Stripes, or Dalmatian. They're our current dogs, and they don't really know exactly what to do without Sally around here. They're so used to poking her with their noses to get her attention for something. Whenever seeing an animal during one of our adventures, she always had to see what she could possibly do to get close to it. This is a full-grown bull elk that we found up in Canada. You notice Sally walking through knee-deep snow, reaching her hand out, making little kissy noises to see if she could get close enough to pet it on the nose. I'm laughing to myself, thinking how badly this is going to go, but I let her do it because saying no didn't do anything anyway. She was going to do it. But she saw it twitch all of a sudden when she got about this close, and I've never seen her move that fast in snow before or since. And there's Sally's love of the outdoors, willing to go anywhere and try anything. She could shoot a gun better than most guys I know, including myself. She was a great squirrel hunter, except for I found out that she'd set in one comfortable spot and I was the one going and fetching squirrels after she shot them. I was her dog, it dawned on me all of a sudden. We love the Kern River Valley and the Kern River. There's some pictures here of one of our favorite bridges near McNally Steakhouse. We always had to make it to. Four-wheel driving anywhere was fun. She really enjoyed it. Here's a picture of me where I'm digging out the Land Cruiser that's stuck in the sand. You can't probably tell, but she's hitchhiking. Her cousin cousin took the pictures, thought it was really funny. Sally standing there with her thumb out. Water skiing, that's another thing she was into. Snow skiing. We had a lot of fun snow skiing over the years. I took her for the first time up locally to Big Bear, and being as athletic as she was, she got a hang of it pretty well. Had a lot of fun that day. A couple weeks later, she went up to Mammoth with some friends to go skiing. I was kind of worried about her, but I thought she'd really take it easy. She comes back in the door when she got back with a trophy. I said, "What's that for?" She said, "I won second place in an amateur race skiing." I said, "You went skiing once. Let me get this right. You went skiing one time with me, then you went up to Mammoth and entered a race and got a trophy." She just looked at me and said, "Yeah," like it was the most normal thing in the world. I believe the next picture here is her and I standing all bundled up. It was well below zero, up on top of a mountain up in Canada on a trip we made to Banff. And we were having such a great time that day, and finally she said, "I want to pick the next place that we ski." And I said, "Okay." I handed her the map, and so she said, "Follow me." And I got on a chairlift, and we had to kind of ski across the mountains a little bit in spots, and a couple other chairlifts, and pretty soon we're standing there, and she goes, "I want somebody to take our picture because we're so far up." And there's somebody else standing over there, and she hands them the camera, and they took this picture. I didn't notice till after the picture was taken the sign that was over her shoulder. I said, "Sally, turn around there and look at the sign. It's an avalanche danger sign." I said, what kind of run is this you brought us up to? I mean, is it Black Diamond? What is it?" She says, "No, I think it's even easier because it doesn't have any diamonds or anything on it on the map here." And I about fainted, but we found our way down anyway. You'll see a picture of her in one of these inner tubes splashing through some kind of rapids there. She was on a trip with her friend Alex, and she brought back this picture, and I just kind of laughed that at the time Sally was using a walker quite a bit. And I looked at this picture and I said, nothing slows you down very much at all, does it? And she just laughed and said, no, it was a lot of fun. And then a huge part of her life, teaching. Sally loved to teach. She loved all the kids and was always coming up with activities. And one that really stuck was making apple pies. A lot of you here probably are fondly remembering getting to make apple pies in your 5th grade class. And here's a few pictures of her helping you mix everything and figure out how to do all this. And every year I remember getting all the pie stuff out. She had so much equipment for making pies, but she just looked forward to it all the time. There's also some pictures here of her teaching in the classroom. And I just really got a kick out of this because I was always looking around to see which students were paying attention or not. And then we come across a picture of African dance. I'm sure many of you have gone through this or here were her past students to where they came in and taught you guys some African dances. And I found this picture of Sally just really shaking it up to African dance. And then came the boy, the apple of her eye. I never knew when I'd find them just wrestling around somewhere in the house and he'd be yelling, "Dad, come help me." And I just look at him and laugh and go, "You're on your own, buddy. I'm not helping." Then came Jake getting involved in sports. When he was growing up, we basically had him try every sport. That was one of the things around our house. He had to try everything. But when he got into track and field and started really showing what he could do, Mom yelling in the stands, people think I'm the loud one. I usually couldn't hear myself at all when she was yelling, "Go, Jake, go." And by the pictures, you can see that he did pretty good. He kept going. There's high school. And then as he went into college and started doing even better, she cheered that just that much louder. It was a lot of fun watching him hurdle. I remember when she first watched him pole vault, where he really was getting some serious height. And we looked at each other and thought, boy, I don't know if we can even watch this one. I just can't believe he can do it. When we got to go watch Jake at the Olympic Training Center compete against some real Olympians, we had so much fun. Neither one of us could keep from just having a great time. And then when we found a place where we could go up on the little podiums and stand and pose, I didn't really notice till I looked at the pictures later, but Jake and I, their serious guy looks, and Sally's smile inside her was so big, she could do nothing but a grin. Just a big grin. So she knew that was a place she belonged, supporting her son right there. Yeah, the Ostgaards always loved the beach. Didn't matter the time of year or the weather. This picture here is one of my favorite pictures of Jake and Sally walking through the sand. She was having a hard time getting through the sand because she'd already had her leg surgery, and here he was helping her go. Big old boy helping his mom. Looking through wedding pictures, I just love this because I still can't believe that she married me. It baffles me to this very day. Also some pictures here of us going to parties over the years and getting dressed up. We always had a real nice time with that, and she always looked so sweet and good no matter what she wore, that I had fun. Also, this picture here was just recent. You never knew when you asked her to smell a flower or something what you were going to end up with. And this was one of her toppers recently. As I said, "Oh, you need to smell those roses as you walk by there." And as I looked through to take the picture, this is the pose she was doing. And I thought, boy, this just shows who you are as much as anything does, having a good time. Many of you have seen this picture of Sally smiling. It's one of our favorites, and I like to use it whenever I can just to show how happy she was. And the next picture is what that picture was before it was cropped. That's the lucky guy that's with her when she's smiling like that. And I thought I'd share that one.